Hello guys, this is Sharon, and today I'm going to show you how to make this very easy to make bottle holder. This could fit a 350 ml bottle, and I use just two kinds of, or maybe three kinds of stitches, which is the standing puff stitch, one single crochet and double crochet for the strap, and also crab stitch for a nice edge of this bottle holder. So for the materials, I just used a medium weight yarn and a 5mm hook. So let's start now. So to start this project, I'm going to make a magic ring or magic circle, and then I'm going to chain 1 as my starting chain, and then work 6 single crochets in the magic ring. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you have your 6 single crochets, you're then going to work 2 single crochets in every stitch, and we're gonna work in spiral. So on the first stitch, we're gonna work our 2 single crochets. So you can add a stitch marker so that you will know the end of, or the start of the next round. So for round 2, we're just going to work 2 single crochets in every stitch for a total of 12 single crochets. By the way, I am using a medium weight yarn and a 5mm crochet hook. Now round 3, you're gonna work 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochets in the next, and you're going to repeat that around. So 1 single crochet in the next, and then 2 single crochets in the next. So after round 3, we're now going to start round 4, and then on round 4, we're gonna start our 1 single crochet, and then 1 single crochet in the next, and then 2 single crochets in every third stitch. So 1 in the next, 1 in the next, and then 2 single crochets on every third stitch. Alright, so now for round 5, we're going to make an increase on every 4th stitch of this round. So this is the first stitch, 1 single crochet in the next, 1 single crochet in the next, and then 2 single crochets in the next. Alright, now we are now on round 6, and on round 6 we're just going to repeat we are not going to be increasing on the next round, but instead we're just going to work 1 single crochet in every stitch. So for round 6, we do 1 single crochet in every stitch. Alright, so once done with round 6, we are now going to work the puff stitch And to do that, on the first stitch of round 7, we're just going to make a slip stitch first, and then chain 2, and then do not forget to add the stitch marker on the second chain. We're going to do a puff stitch, and by doing that, we're going to yarn over, and then we're going to work around the first half double crochet, which is chain 2. So we're gonna go around chain 2 3 times. So this is the first one, yarn over and then go around 2, yarn over and then 3, and then we're going to pull all the loops. Okay, it's kind of difficult. Alright, and then after pulling all the loops, so we yarn over and then work, but first before working a half double crochet, we're going to skip 1 stitch, and then in the next we're going to work a half double crochet, and then we're going to simply repeat what we did in the first standing puff stitch. So we're going to yarn over and then go around the half double crochet 3 times. So 1, yarn over again, 2, yarn over again, 3, and finally pull all the loops, and then we're ready to work our next half double crochet, skipping 1 stitch. So this is the skipped stitch, and we're gonna work our half double crochet after the skip stitch, and then we will just be repeating the same pattern until we get back around. For round 8, you're going to chain 1 single crochet in the same stitch, and 1 single crochet in every stitch around. So it's very simple. On round 8, you're just going to do 1 single crochet in every stitch around. To finish round 8, you're just simply going to work a slip stitch on top of the first single crochet. After slip stitching, we have to work the next round of puff stitches in the same direction. So I'm going to work 1 more slip stitch. That way the puff stitches are in the same position. So I'm gonna start my puff stitch in there, adding a stitch marker to indicate the start of the round so that it's easy to slip stitch into to close off this round. And so we're just going to do the same thing as what we did on round 7, and then the next round is also the repeat of round 8. So you're just going to repeat that until you get to the height of the bottle holder that you want, and do not forget to skip a stitch and then work the puff stitch. So at the end of every round for puff stitches, you will always slip stitch on top of the beginning chain 2, and then you're going to alternate the puff stitches with 1 single crochet in every round, and make sure that the puff stitches are of the same direction. This is what it looks like after you have worked a few rounds of the standing puff stitch and 1 single crochet in every stitch around. And if you're going to stop just right here, maybe 3 rows of standing puff stitch, you can turn this into a point purse and just add zipper. But I'm going to make this a bottle holder, so maybe I'm going to add a few more until I get to the height I want. And also one more thing, because you want all the standing puff stitches to align, so once you slip stitched on the round of 1 single crochet in every stitch, you can slip stitch onto the next stitch to start your first half double crochet, which is chain 2, and then add the stitch marker and work your puff stitch in there, and do not forget to skip a stitch and then work a puff stitch so that they are all in the same direction. And what I like about this stitch is that you hardly notice the join, so it's really nice once you're done with your bottle holder. And you can actually turn this pouch into a tripod holder. And then what I'm gonna do next is to add a D-ring so that I could insert the strap for later. So if you want a shoulder length strap, you can add 2 D-rings on both corners. They should be on the opposite side, and make a longer strap so it's easy to carry with you, especially if you have a lot of things that you're carrying when you're traveling. But if you only want a wrist strap, then you can just use 1 D-ring for this one. So maybe I'm gonna start by working 1 single crochet in every stitch around for probably 2 rounds. So I'm gonna start with chaining 1, and then in the same stitch I'm gonna work 1 single crochet, and then I will continue working 1 single crochet in every stitch around. And before I finish, maybe I'll insert the D-ring somewhere over here. So I am almost halfway through, and I am going to insert the D-ring just like this. So I'm going to insert the hook through this D-ring and then work a single crochet, and then maybe I'm gonna work like 4 single crochets to insert the ring so it won't fall off. Okay, if you think 4 is not enough, then you can maybe add 1 more single crochet around, but I think 4 is enough. But just in case, to make it secure, maybe I'll add 1 more single crochet. So there are 5 single crochets covering the part of the D-ring. So then after this, I will just keep going, working 1 single crochet in every stitch for 2 more rounds. Okay, and once you get to the first single crochet, you're going to it's either you want to work a single crochet in the rounds and then work add a stitch marker. When you get to the last single crochet, you'll know when you check the last row, it's 2 rows or 2 rounds of 1 single crochet already, and then this one has already 2 rows of 1 single crochet. So you know that this is the last stitch of the round and you don't have to really add a stitch marker. And if you would like to add 1 more row, then just work single crochet in the rounds, and you will know that the end of the round is right here, where each of the round has the same number of single crochets. So you will count from here 1, 2, 3. This is the 3rd row, and then once you get back here, you'll know it's the last stitch because that will be the 3rd row of 1 single crochet in every stitch. Once you're done with the last row of 1 single crochet in every stitch, you can chain 1 and work a crab stitch for a finished edging. And to do the crab stitch, after chaining 1, you're going to go back to the previous stitch. It should not be where your first chain is, it should be in the next. So you're going to insert the hook right there and then yarn over and then pull through those 2 loops, and then insert the hook again into the next available stitch on the right, and then yarn over and then pull through 2 loops. So we are working single crochet in reverse. So it's a very nice way of adding an edging to your project, and I usually use this whenever I am finishing a beanie or a bag. Back around, you can work your last crab stitch right there, and then so we're then going to fasten off, and this is what it looks like. And after that, I'm going to weave in the ends. So it's just very easy. You can just sew into the first few rounds and then go into the opposite direction. And then that's it. So you have your bottle holder and crab stitch as the edging for the bottle holder. Now the next thing is we're going to add a strap. Now what if you don't have the hook to insert and you just want a strap to go through this D-ring? Then I'm gonna show you how to do it next. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work 60 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, once you have 50 chains, then we're going to insert the into the D-ring like this. Make sure it's not twisted, and then we're going to form a ring. So you have to make sure that they're not twisted, so that when you worked one double crochets around, then you don't have to frog it. So I'm going to start with the first chain, where I will you can do the back chain if you want, so that the edges of the strap will be even. So you can start with chaining 3, 1, 2, 3, and then continue working on the back chain with 1 double crochet in each chain into the back chain only. I know it's kind of difficult if you do that, but it will create a nice finish once you're done with the strap, because you only need like 1 double crochet around in each stitch, or in each chain around, in order to make the strap. So I am now on my last chain, and I'm working my last double crochet in the back of the chain, and then after that I'm going to work a slip stitch on top of the beginning 3rd chain to finish off this round. So if you want to make your strap wider, I suggest that you add 1 more round of 1 double crochet. So after sewing in around, and then I tried to wrap the yarn around this thing so that it will be more secured. Okay, and I did 6 chains and then 1 double crochet in each stitch around. So this is what it looks like if you're working in the back chain. As you can see, the edge, both edges are even. And the reason why I do this kind of strap, because it doesn't stretch that much. If you're gonna use otherwise, then it will stretch a lot. I've done a few rows of one single crochet or double crochet in rows and then attached it together, but then it will stretch over time. So it is sturdier if you're gonna do this with all kinds of straps for your bag. Okay, so we're now ready to use this bottle holder, especially for traveling, and when you have a lot of things to carry, you can just use the wrist strap and carry the bottle with you. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope that this will add to your future projects. And do not forget to like, comment for other requests that you'd like to see on my channel. And if you're new, please check the past videos that I made after this clip, so that this might add to your future projects. Thank you so much, and have a good day.